Well, welcome once again, Resurrection community, to this online forum where we offer devotions. And today is the Tuesday after Easter. And if you're anything like me, you had extreme joy around the Easter celebration, and I saw many of my friends via online social media that really did it up and had elaborate meals, rack of lamb, and all kinds of things. And we did it up too. We had steak for dinner, barbecued outside, and it was beautiful out in this backyard. And it was a beautiful celebration, and but different, different this year because of the restrictions. And but then I woke up on Easter Monday, and it's like everything. We celebrate the resurrection, and we believe that changes everything, and it absolutely does. And yet, still, we are under these same restrictions, and life, while the resurrection changes everything, we are still in these circumstances and still find ourselves struggling a bit. And so it was interesting because I found myself thinking about lamentations, and this form of offering prayer to God that sometimes is thought of as a complaint, although I don't quite think of it that way. But it's an interesting element of our faith, or way in which to offer prayer to God. And I saw an article last week about this that N.T. Wright wrote, and he had some interesting things to say about lamentations that I wanted to share with you, about lament, actually. And it talks about lament being a form of praise, that a complaint is actually an accusation against God that kind of maligns God's character. And yet a lament is an appeal to God based on confidence in God's character. And I found that to be encouraging, that it's because we trust God, because we know who God is, that we can offer lament to God. Lament is a proof of relationship with God. That for the Christian, our lament, when we take things to God, it's proof of our relationship with God, and it's a connection to God as our great caregiver. Lament is a pathway to intimacy with God. It's an opportunity for us to connect in deep and intimate ways with our God, who speaks into our relationship. God speaks into us, and lament is one of the ways in which we respond to God in that relationship. And then lament is a prayer for God to act. And I found this one particularly interesting. N.T. Wright says that when we are indwelt by the Holy Spirit, then somehow God is praying with us for the pain that is around us. I found that to be exceptionally meaningful in this time as we struggle through these challenges. And then lament is a participation in the pain of others. When we love our neighbor, when we allow their experience of pain to become the substance of our prayer, then we are intimately connected with our neighbor, and it's a way in which we show love to our neighbor. So I offer that for what it's worth, and then I found a psalm that I found quite meaningful in this time, and I wanted to share it with you. It's Psalm 46. God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth should change, though the mountains shake in the heart of the sea, though the waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble with its tumult. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy habitation of the Most High. God is in the midst of the city. It shall not be moved. God is in the midst. The nations are in an uproar. The kingdoms totter. He utters his voice. The earth melts. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Come, behold the works of the Lord. See what desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the end of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I am exalted among the nations. I am exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. So blessings to you, my friends, until we see each other again, both in person or in this format as well. I hope you find some meaning and some connection to this idea of offering lamentations to God in this time of challenge, that it is a way in which we connect deeply with our God and love our neighbor through our prayer life. Blessings. Bye-bye.